I am 43 years old and I live in Fairfield, Iowa. I love to sing, I love to read, and I love to walk. I'm crazy for feeling so lonely. I could do a big lung, but I won't. And I'm a first grade teacher, and I've been teaching since 1999. I have 2 children and a stepdaughter. It was 2005, and I was just going in for my exam after I had my second child. So I was just going in with my familiar gynecologist. He made some funny sounds, and I knew something wasn't quite right. He went to go get his partner, and he said, "Don't worry, Shawna, it's not cancer, but I want to figure out what it is." And so then that was on a Thursday, and on a Friday, they called me and said, "You need to come in to the doctor's office. They want to talk to you." So I knew at that point, my heart was just beating out of my chest. And so I went there and they sat me down and said, "You have cervical cancer." When I first started treatment, when I walked into the University of Iowa and I went into the actual area where everybody, they're missing their hair, they're wearing scarves and things, I remember I went in the bathroom and cried, and I kept saying, "I'm not supposed to be here. I'm not supposed to be sick." When I first started the whole process of the journey, I had surgery before I had radiation. The actual surgery was terrible. It hurt really bad. They cut me from my tummy up above my belly button, and they took 44 lymph nodes, my cervix, my uterus, my appendix, and a third of my vagina. And so when I finally went home, I had a catheter hanging out of my stomach that had to hang on my leg, wrapped around my leg, and for 3 weeks, and I had to retrain my bladder. But right when I started to finally get better from that, then I had to start radiation. The radiation felt like every time I went to the bathroom, I felt like someone took a knife and stuck it up my behind. At the time, my marriage was really having a lot of problems, and I was trying so hard to feel good about myself again, and deal with all the stuff that my body was going through. And when I went to a cancer oncologist at the University of Iowa, she said that you sound like every other person that comes in here. I know some people just bounce right back, but I wasn't bouncing right back. I was so unhappy with my life at that point, and I really wanted to just give up, and I just kept on going. I just think it's made me more compassionate when I see someone that's, struggling with an illness, that I'm able to connect with them. I was at home after the surgery and just in bed, and my 2 young children had to move out of the house because I couldn't lift them. Sometimes I feel like it robbed me of time with my family when I could be 100%. Watching my life kind of crumble after I had cancer, it opened my eyes to my mortality, and I could see that, life is so precious. When I first heard of the HPV vaccine, I was absolutely thrilled that my own children won't have to go through this. What parent wouldn't want to vaccinate their child? And it can happen to any of us. And I want to make sure that people know that it can be prevented.